Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Our people have never enjoyed a vantage point quite like this. The Uluru Statement, 5 years on May 26, 2022, 5.00 am. Save login, register or subscribe to save articles for later. Share normal text size, larger text size, very large text size. 1 View all comments. When the Uluru Statement from the Heart was presented to the Turnbull government, it tried to toss it into the wide-rimmed bin of political neglect. But the bin was already full, filled with silenced First Nations voices, Indigenous statements and petitions from the past, hopes, dreams and promises denied for political expediency. Is it any wonder the campaign continues? We couldn't take no for an answer. Thursday is the 5th anniversary of the Uluru Statement. And what a wonderful birthday we are having for the most sacred spiritual and political document in Australia's history. For the first time my people find ourselves looking forward to constitutional inclusion and political self-determination, with a Prime Minister standing beside us and an Aboriginal woman, Linda Burney, leading us as the Minister of Indigenous Australians. Our people have never enjoyed a vantage point quite like this. Thomas Mayer, a unionist and advocate for the Uluru Statement from the Heart, with his children. Credit. Before assessing the way forward, let us briefly reflect on how we came to be here. How is it that we have a government who is as passionate about the Uluru Statement as Indigenous delegates were in the heart of the nation 5 years ago? The Uluru Statement's invitation to walk with us has been accepted by many Australian individuals and organisations, including this masthead. Moving politicians has been a collective effort. A nationwide effort. A trade unions and big business effort. A blackfula and whitefula effort. An effort that has cut out the far extremes and included the vast centre of Australian politics. And we have come so far with barely a campaign budget to do it. From all our efforts, the scene is almost set for a successful referendum, so that our culture is shared with all Australians, and so our voices are guaranteed to be heard in the centre of all decision-making. True to its word, the Albanese Labor government has already begun discussions with First Nations leaders. Referendums in this country are not for the faint-hearted or ideologue contrarians. We have work to do and a movement to build. And Albanese has proven to be capable of bringing people together. Many Australians are still unaware of or are misinformed about the Uluru Statement. This includes Indigenous people. The immediate work ahead is to engage with and educate the Australian public and my own people about both the practical and symbolic benefits of the constitutional change proposed. I know from experience, from traversing the continent for 5 years now, speaking about the Uluru Statement with thousands of Australians from many different backgrounds, that when people are taught the truth of how unifying, fair and practical a voice to the federal parliament will be, support correspondingly grows. During the election, grassroots First Nations people clashed with the Greens on the matter of how the work should be sequenced. Strangely, the Greens decided that truth-telling and a treaty with the Crown should exclusively precede the establishment of a voice in the Constitution. When, during the election campaign, Greens leader Adam Bandt failed to rule out blocking a voice referendum if truth-telling and treaties were not already completed, alarm bells started ringing. The campaign research showed that more than 70% of Greens voters support a voice referendum. And we will need them walking with us to win a yes campaign. To Bandt's credit, he listened to the outcry. On the ABC's Insiders, he said the Greens would not block progress on a voice if Labor gained government. For this we are thankful. Treaties will take decades to reach a settlement with which both the Crown and First Nations people can truly be satisfied. A voice to Parliament can only help reach a settlement sooner by providing us greater power at the negotiation table. And there's so much more than treaty that we need to do, such as justice reform and gaining greater services in remote communities. Treaty, after all, is the culmination of our agenda, to quote the Uluru Statement, the coming together after a struggle. At the time of writing this, it is uncertain who will lead the opposition. though what matters is that Minister Burney has already offered the hand of bipartisanship. It was relieving to hear her say that the hand won't be held out forever, should the coalition lurch further to the right. The urgency of this reform is the difference between life and death, between closing the gap or widening it, and if the coalition chooses to be on the wrong side of history, it can knock itself out. Surprises are nice on birthdays. And Penny Wong, now the